I came to be the rector of the Basilica and pastor of the parish in 1994. Our St. Josaphat Basilica Foundation had already been working since '91 in terms of the exterior restoration and the work on the roofs. Hunzinger was involved as the general contractor from the very beginning with the foundation and taking care of the initial kinds of exterior work on the Basilica. Working with the architects and members of the foundation board, Hunzinger coordinated all of the various craftspeople. People were involved in the stone work, the copper work, doing the different other kinds of things. In this building in particular, all of the woodworking, all of the different kinds of things that were going on, overseeing the pouring of the concrete, digging of the footings, and all those sorts of things. So they masterminded quite a bit as far as the building of this building and the restoration, the exterior restoration of the Basilica itself. Hunzinger always knew that this was an old building, the Basilica itself, and so when they were involved in that, there was a great deal of care that they took, and so the foundation board was really pleased with that kind of dedication. When it came then time to build this building, the addition to the Basilica, the Pope John Paul II Pavilion, the natural choice was going to be Hunzinger. The footings for the original Basilica, well, for the Basilica itself, are made of granite pieces. The actual Basilica itself is a sandstone. It's a softer stone, but the pieces upon which the building rests are all solid granite. And they were part of the building in Chicago. When the old Chicago Customs House and Post Office was taken down, all of those stones were brought up here and refashioned into the Basilica. So they built a building that was going to last. So the granite pieces upon which that whole building rests are easily 4 feet thick, easily, and they're built in several layers. So in order to go through all of that, in order to connect this building to the Basilica, it necessitated going through that stone, and so the construction manager was Larry. I don't remember his last name, but he was on the ball, looking at all of this. And I remember Hunzinger's guys being out here, foundation people obviously looking, architects looking, and trying to figure out how are we going to get through this stone. And Larry said, "Well, I think we can do this. I think we can do that." And everybody on Hunzinger's side was real confident. And once they started, they said, "This is an awful thing to be doing," because it just took so much work, so much effort. It took them I think it had to be at least a week and a half to get through the course of stone, which was about maybe 8 feet thick, to make the passage. And they came up with it, and they came up with the way to reinforce all of the stone that's above that opening that they made. So that's one of the things I've always liked about the company, about Hunzinger. They've always come in and looked at what I'm considering an impossible task, or something that maybe the rest of us who don't think like construction people, we think it's an impossible task, and it comes through, and then, we can do this, we can do this. I don't ever remember a time when anybody who worked for Hunzinger wasn't positive about a task that needed to be done and wasn't really respectful of what they were doing here. So it's always been good. If I were involved in another job that would involve any kind of construction, or maybe even an evaluation of a construction job, I would definitely have Hunzinger be involved in it. I think that the members of the St. Josaphat Basilica Foundation and these are business people. I mean, I look at it from the vantage point of a priest. I think it's an honest company. I think they're good people. I like the people I've dealt with. But I think that from the businessman's side of it, the foundation people look and they say, we're able to work with this company from the vantage point of business, from the vantage point of them doing a good job, staying on budget, staying on target, staying on schedule. So I think from the businessman's point of view, the foundation would probably call them back if there was another job. I don't know that the foundation would probably ever want me to be involved in another project again, just simply because of the fact that this one turned from $800,000 into $2.5 million worth. But I wasn't solely responsible for doing that. But it was nice to be able to see that the people from Hunzinger always understood our needs, understood our budgets, understood the way in which the foundation was raising the money, and they stayed with us in terms of helping and getting it done. And so, yeah, I would definitely have them back for any kind of thing that would involve construction.